Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell in the upper right-hand corner. Follow me on all forms of social media. Check me out at thatdrummerguy.com and enjoy the following presentation. Hello?
Hello, Josh.
Hi, how's it going?
Good. Can you hear me?
Yes, Ken.
It's Nico, by the way, but I'm sure you could. But no, I guess we got a bit of a latency going.
Hopefully that won't affect things too much, but thank you very much for taking time to do this interview.
Hey, man, no problem.
And, of course, we're here to talk about the brand new album from Entomed AD, Bowels of Earth, which is coming out in just 2 weeks now through Century Media. I've gotten the chance to be able to check out this album, and I just love it from start to finish. I mean, it just has that classic sound that I love so much. I mean, the guitar tones are just exactly what I love about the band, and the songwriting is just brilliant as well. And it's great to see all of this happening in 2019.
Well, right on, man. What can I say? Thank you very much. We're actually agreeing on you on that part. I think everybody in the band, which is got to be a first. But it took us. It was so much work back and forth. So during the process, I think we all got super frustrated. But and it was horrible at the time. But now we really don't give a fuck because it came out really good. You know, it's. So it took a bit of doing, although it sounds like, you know, which is also the vibe that we want to give. Is like, you know, it's really effortless, but I can assure you that this one was not effortless. But thank you. That means the fact that you, I mean, with the tones and everything, because I'm also, you know, there's been so much debate about, you know, Entombed and the freaking guitar tone, and everybody has their own opinion, obviously, but at least now you and me can agree that this is a good one.
So with all this in mind, and of course the trials and tribulations that came from making this album, how did the songwriting process begin for this album?
It's like, you know, as always, I guess you start looking into what have you got, and then usually it's like, wow, this feels really old, and then you start writing, and then but I think then the collaboration takes place. You know, when your shitty rough idea of how the drums should now be like, you know, actually played by the drummer, and sometimes the drummer just starts playing a lot of drums, you know, or, you know, there's all kinds of scenarios, so you have to like together mold it so that it's so that everybody can do their thing without like having to look too much into the notes, so to speak. You know, not that any one of us reads any notes, but metaphorically speaking, you know, you have to be listening to how people are playing to get the best out of them. So that I think we got really good at, and then so the actual putting it together has been, you know, the least horrible part. But writing wise, it's just, you know, like with any other, I think we just argue a lot, you know, or if someone wrote the whole thing, he just argues more.
Oh, well, I can definitely say that the final product was absolutely
how it
worth
should
it.
be, you know.
Oh yeah. So with that in mind, I mean,
really appreciate it.
Oh, sure. So with that in mind, I mean, how does it feel to finally have this album coming out in just a couple weeks?
I don't know. It's a weird one. It's been a real album, which I have been waiting for a long time, and it's also on my birthday, so there's a lot of shit going on that very day, and we're obviously happy that it sees the light of day, but even more thrilled that there's been, you know, mostly positive, super positive actually reactions. But I'm still like, it's. I think everybody, when you're done with an album, you're just like, fuck, man, I'm just happy it's done. I'm coming back from it now, but it's always like a month or two of like post freaking hangover, and then usually it gets released during that time, so you're busy promoting it instead of focusing on your hangover. But now we were done with it, and then got to wait for a bit, and it's been so. I think mostly anticipation. Say 98% anticipation and 2% desperation, or vice versa. I can't remember. That's off a movie, actually. I can't remember which one, but it's a good one.
Oh, that's a great line. So, with that in mind, I mean, with everything that's going on with Bowels of Earth, and just making sure the production's right, the songs are the way that it's supposed to go, I noticed a few covers on this album when I was listening to it, and it was great to hear your guys' renditions of both Motorhead and Hank Williams. How did that come together?
It was. I think it was the record company that said, "Hey, record a bunch of covers first, and then." But it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be on like some extra edition B sides or whatever, or just in case, good to have songs recorded. But then everybody got so psyched on the Hank Williams one that we just decided to put it on the album, and. It's a really fun thing to do when you can just do your take on and just make sure it's not too close, obviously, to the original, because then it just gets same but shittier. But we want to go with the American more is better.
Yeah, I mean, if it would have stuck completely to the original, it would have been a strange combination to hear some steel guitar going on in Entombed AD.
Yeah, no. It's like that's. And I think that's the coolest thing when people really flip it with the covering of songs. I remember I heard Tori Amos doing "Raining Blood" with Slayer, and you couldn't fucking hear it was the same song if you didn't listen to the lyrics. But it was still a really cool song. So yeah, it was interesting to find out that we. I mean, it's a great fucking song to start with. That's, I think, is the key. If you, no matter if you're a country fan or not, if you're a music fan and you hear that song and you listen to the lyrics, you can't say it's not good. You know what I mean? That's just, in my world, that's like fucking impossible to say. So I think that's the key, I guess, to take a really good song and then try to fuck it up as bad as possible. And then everybody's happy eventually in the end anyways.
Yeah, I mean, when I listened to this version of it, and I of course grew up knowing the song, so like hearing this version of it, I mean, it feels like an Entombed AD song, but that's the great thing about it is, with the original country version of it standing alone and just becoming a great song, it just proves that a good song is a good song no matter how it's done.
Yeah, man, totally. There's like, and it's so cool these days when people really has lost respect for, how genre is supposed to sound. So people do really fucking cool versions of songs. Like, I mean, a really good example, obviously, is like the Johnny Cash thing he did, the American History, when he made the songs sound like he actually wrote them, which is like mind blowing. But when I heard like the One Love with U2, it was like, yeah, whatever. But then he did it, and it was like, holy shit, this is a good song. And then I realized, that U2, they ain't that bad at, they got some songs right. Still not a fan, but it's you're definitely right that a good song is a good song, and you just won't really fucking call genre wise.
Oh, definitely. So, switching it up a little bit, I keep looking at the album cover, and it just looks amazing. Oh, sorry. I was saying I keep looking at the album cover for this album, and it just looks incredible. How did you decide on the final design for the album cover?
Yay. Can you hear me?
Now I can, yes. I guess it dropped out there.
Yeah, it's my freaking cell company is not. So I just switched to the living room, and I think that might have been it.
Okay. So, yeah, I was asking about the album cover and how that came to be.
We were in league, and then we were just like, he did some really cool stuff, and then I think it was something like do something like on a previous one of our pictures he did, but with this in mind, and then together he sent something, and then we were like, yeah, man, this is pretty cool, but could you get rid of that, blah blah blah, and, so it wasn't any. I think also we were lucky with that one. We just put a lot of work into it, but the actual thing that became the end result wasn't all that advanced. You know what I mean? Or at least that's how it felt. Once everything falls into place, I think you're like, wow, that was anything. But a lot of talking bullshit, a lot of opinions, and but in a good way. I think we use we make sure that it's just a one guy communicating with any other part. That's a good one. For instance, instead of having 5 band members talking to one guy making the cover, that usually ends up really bad.
Oh yeah, that totally makes sense, and I really love the way that it turned out, and it really matches the tone of the album, and it just feels like a very natural album cover, and that's what makes it match so well with the album, because it does feel like such a natural Entombed AD album.
Awesome, cool, man. No, I'm psyched to see. We played a couple of songs already, and. Yes, it's gonna be great. We're going to tour then, I think, October. With so we get to play a lot. Unfortunately, not the States. That's still in motion, but we're going to start with Europe here for the whole of October, I think.
Oh, that's fantastic to hear, and it's great to see that's relatively close to the album release. That's once people are going to be able to buy the album and check out the album, it's going to build that anticipation for that European tour, and it's got me excited for when you guys eventually make it back here, because you guys put on such an incredible show, and I can't wait to hear these songs live.
Well, right on. Thank you, man. No, it'd be. We're all dying to get back. We all want to go. We want to go to the North Americas and to the South Americas. It's always a blast. So yeah, we're gonna try to make that happen ASAP.
With that in mind, you were mentioning that you're already playing a couple songs from the album. I mean, what was it like deciding what songs to be able to play live before the album release?
Well, actually, we had the Torment Remains was released before. I don't know, so we didn't. That's the song we played also, because we figured, it's not doing a song justice if you're in a festival and the wind is blowing and the sound is, it's not the ideal way to present the song for the first time. So at least we played one that people have had the chance to listen to, so you get the song. You know what I mean? So we played that one, and then the second one with Video Elimination, I think we played also. So so basically those two is what we played, and we're not gonna play anything else until the album's out, because again, it just doesn't make any sense if you haven't heard it before ever. It's hard to. It's much harder to win people over playing it live.
Oh yeah, that totally makes sense, and it was great to see these two songs that were represented in single form, because I think they're great representations of the album without giving everything away, and I imagine that they translate so well live.
Yeah, either we're getting old and our judgments are starting to stink, or we actually start to play better together. One of the two. But it feels like when we played them, it felt really natural and really fun to play live. We're psyched. It's going to be super cool to see if it doesn't feel like, some songs, it's always they sound when you record it and then you play it afterwards and it's like, what the fuck? what happened? We just lost it. Then you have to like rehearse and reestablish whatever thing it was. But these ones, it was just like, boof. All right, cool. You could use your whole shoulder immediately, metaphorically speaking, which is rare. But again, maybe we're just losing our judgments. That could be it too.
Yeah, and it's great to see more music coming from the Entombed AD catalog going on here. It's just like there's that many more choices of songs to be able to play. Of course, representing the new album, but just having more songs to be able to switch it up in the set list and make it just that much more enjoyable to play it live.
Yeah, totally. No, it's great. It's so we have a pretty fucking huge catalog of songs to play from, to pick and choose from, and it's a really really nice feeling when how to put it's like there's always a spice available that you could put in. It's really when we play live and we have a good one going, we usually just throw in like somebody makes like a symbol of a song that he thinks represents that song, and then we just play that song. And it's you gotta have them under your belt before that can like be fun, so to speak. So yeah, it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
We're all chuffed.
Oh, absolutely. And again, that's just got me so excited when you do make it back here to North America and able to hear these songs live and seeing what the reaction is worldwide once you're able to start touring more for the album. It's great to see that Europe is first and then hopefully the rest of the world as well.
Yeah, of course. I mean, that's what it is. It's so far it's been really, really positive, and I think I don't know, but it feels like any product that if you put a lot of work into it, it's that will transfer and somehow be represented in the work, and it's just fascinating at this point when you when you get used to doing this, which is like you can't really ever get used to it, but now you've been doing it for so long, so you kind of think at least you got the handle on the horse. Then it's really mind blowing that people appreciate it that much. It's nobody expected this, so it's looking really, really good so far. Maybe I'm jinxing it now by saying so, but fuck it. It wouldn't be the first time I'm jinxing something.
Well, again, I can definitely say from the fan perspective, I mean, I again love everything that's going on here with this album. It's great to hear how excited you sound about the album. And of course, there's always going to be trials and tribulations with making an album and the promotion and getting everything ready for tour. But, just when you have a great quality product like Entombed AD is about to put out in a couple weeks now, and just seeing what's going to be happening with that reaction and being able to go out on tour, that's just going to make everything worth it. And it's just great to see this quality of an album come from you guys, and just there's so much to look forward to right now. Of course, being in the band and being a fan of Entombed AD.
Yeah, right on. Again, thank you. Very, very kind words and very much appreciated. We are it's looking almost a little bit too good, but then that's just me again, trying to unjinxing what I just said. But no, you're right that the whole getting through the whole thing when you're really happy, like serving the food when you yourself think the food is fucking awesome, it's much easier to serve the food than when you think it's like it's okay. So definitely we are. But then again, it's a new album. You're always extra psyched with a new album, but I think now maybe we're extra psyched, if there's such a term.
Yeah, and again, it's so great to hear that as well. Hearing that from Entombed AD in 2019, just again, between all of the tracks on this album, I mean, it just has that great vintage sound that I love. And again, like I mentioned before, the guitar tones, I love the guitar tones on this album, man. It just brings back so many great classic memories for me in this style. And it's just great to hear that in 2019 done with such great authenticity. And again, just with Entombed AD, it's so great to hear an album like this in 2019.
Right on, sweet. I have to give a shout out to Adam Kieman, who is the mixer of it, because he we tried out a few cats, and he just had that approach to guitar and drums that rang something with the past, but didn't feel like, okay, they're doing the exact setting vintage that AC/DC had once in fucking 70 whatever. But he's got vintage ears, and that was really nice to realize that I have no clue how he does it, and I'm not sure I want to know it even, because now he can do it. So definitely not the last time we're going to use him for mixing, because he's got that. Yeah, again, I can't come up with anything better than vintage ears. It may sound like you got old ears, but it's like he makes really good tones, and they're up to par with today, but it's got that vintage twang to it, in lack of a better word, that anyone born before 2017 will appreciate it. I don't know about the ones after that, maybe they're a lost cause, but we'll see.
Oh, well, with that, I think that's an amazing note to end on, and thank you so very much for taking this time to be able to talk to me about everything going on in the world of Entombed AD, and of course, the brand new album, Bowels of Earth, which is coming out the 30th of August through Century Media. I love this album from start to finish. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're taking a classic song from Hank Williams or you're just continuing on with that Entombed AD sound. Everything just sounds perfect from start to finish. It was great to be able to talk to you about all of it and everything to look forward to in the future with this upcoming touring.
Well, thank you very much. I'm super happy you made my night with these super kind words. And yeah, we will definitely come over and do this whole thing in person, as they say. So yeah, awesome. Thanks for everybody to listen, and it's yeah, I'm chuffed and moved. Thank you.
Well, I'm glad to be of service with that, and again, thank you very much for taking the time to be able to do this. I should be able to get this interview up within the next couple hours or so on YouTube, and then the week that the album comes out, I'll also be featuring this on my radio show with a couple singles off the album in promotion.
All right, cool. Can you like mail me the links and whatever? Do you have my email?
I do not, but I can get it from you.
Yes, it's Nico Elgstrand in one word with an Elgstrand, like
Okay.
You got that?
Yeah.
Nico Elgstrand.
Yeah.
At me.com.
At me.com?
Yeah.
Okay. I got it.
Sweet, man.
Oh.
All right, excellent talking to you.
You as well. And again, thank you very much for taking the time to do this, and I hope you have a great rest of the night.
And you, man. And if we come over, let's hook up again, and then we'll continue this over a beer, perhaps.
Oh, that sounds perfect. I would love for that to happen.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Oh, you too. All right, bye.